So we're just days away from the release of Avengers Infinity War. As of right now, this is my #1 most anticipated movie of 2018. That means I'm in the mood to talk about it. So yesterday I put out a video where I talked about 5 reasons it could potentially suck. Got a little bit of heat for that video. Today we're going to talk about the opposite, the more fun subject. 5 reasons that this movie is just going to be absolutely fantastic. Now, before I give my 5 reasons, go ahead and tell me down below in the comment section, why are you just ecstatic about this movie? Why is this movie going to be just absolutely phenomenal? Let's have a nice, lively, fun, encouraging discussion about this movie. One final thing before we get started. This video is brought to you by my supporters over on Patreon. You can see their names down below. Huge thank you to all you guys for making this happen. With that said, let's get started. Reason number 1, the Russo Brothers. Now, they've directed 2 movies inside of the MCU, Captain America Civil War and Captain America the Winter Soldier, and both of those films are widely regarded as 2 of the best films inside of the MCU, and for good reason. Both movies are a little bit more serious in tone, a little bit more adult in the themes woven throughout their stories. They're also constructed in a manner that they have a little bit more dense, dramatic structures to them, where you have different perspectives and values that drive the tension and conflict throughout the stories. And that means that the Russo brothers understand drama. They understand storytelling, and they know how to do it in a blockbuster format. Also, the 2 movies they've done thus far have some of the best action inside of the MCU in 2 different directions as well. In Captain America the Winter Soldier, that movie's known for having some of the best hand-to-hand fights anywhere inside of the MCU. And then you look at Captain America Civil War, and you got that airport fight sequence, which is, in many people's minds, the best, greatest action sequence possibly in any comic book movie of all time. And in Captain America Civil War in particular, we've already seen that they have the ability to merge all these characters and storylines together in one movie and give it a cohesive feel that feels correct in and of itself. It's also true to what's come before. And one final reason the Russo brothers should make us very excited for this movie is that they have a long history of directing comedy on television. On the show Community, they directed some of the genre episodes of that show where they merged both comedy as well as action and westerns together, telling these big, gigantic stories on a sitcom, and they did it perfectly with a tone that fit the show wonderfully, was funny, and had great action. So we should be very excited for this movie because the Russo brothers are directing it. Reason number 2, they have a great plan. One of the things that the Marvel Cinematic Universe has done way better than everyone else trying to do a shared universe is that they have a clear plan, a roadmap that they're following, and they stick to it. Going all the way back to the original Iron Man movie, they were putting little hints about S.H.I.E.L.D. in it, and then Nick Fury shows up in that post-credit sequence, putting the pieces in place as they're moving towards the first Avengers movie. And then all throughout Phase 1, we were working towards the Avengers. Then we watch the Avengers, and in that movie, it starts setting up the stage for the end of Phase 2 and for all the way up to Infinity War, because Thanos shows up in the post-credit scenes of the original Avengers movie. So all throughout Phase 2 is moving towards 2 things. It was moving towards the Civil War, and it was moving towards Infinity War. All along the way, they've clearly had a plan, and they put little pieces here and there. They've added characters there. They've had a post-credit scene in this movie. All of it is a master plan working together so that we can have these amazing moments, these amazing times where all these films come together, and the ultimate example of that comes out in just a few days. Avengers Infinity War. Reason number 3, they have a great story. One of the incredible benefits of having a plan that you've stuck to is they've already laid all the groundwork and the foundation that we need going into this movie. They've already taught us who Thanos is, they've already educated us on Infinity Stones, and then we have 18 movies telling us who all these characters are. So when we go into this movie, it doesn't have to be an hour and a half of setup and backstory. We can go into this movie ready to have an awesome story. All we have to do is have an inciting incident of Thanos showing up that brings all these characters together to give us this massive, epic showdown that we've been waiting for 10 years, or more directly, the last 6 years ever since the Avengers came out. So this movie is going to be fantastic because they've done all the hard work to get us here already. Reason number 4, they have the greatest ensemble cast of all time. Now, to be fair, that's a subjective claim, but if you're in the year 2018, I don't know how you can possibly have more A-list talent in your movie than this movie has. And not just in cameos, these are main cast roles. This movie has over 20 main cast members. Just look at this poster. It's got 24 people on it. And in that 24, it doesn't include Tom Hiddleston, Jeremy Renner, or Paul Rudd, who might have very prominent, important roles inside of this movie. You just look at the number of people who have been nominated for Oscars, who have won Golden Globe Awards, who have gotten Emmys, all sorts of awards, all sorts of box office draw, so much charm, so much charisma, so much comedic talent, so much physical talent, so much legacy talent, so much brand new talent, all there in this movie in prominent roles, which it's hard to not look at that poster and just get a big grin on your face at the potential about what we're about to see. I don't know of another movie that's had this many A-listers crammed into one movie in such prominent roles. So for that reason alone, this movie could be just something insanely special. And reason number 5 this movie will be fantastic is Kevin Feige. If you don't know who Kevin Feige is, essentially he's the producer that's over the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe, and he's been around since the very beginning, pulling this whole plan together, recruiting the talent, and making these movies what they are. He's the guy that's been spotting actors and taking chances on them all the way from the beginning, whether that was casting Robert Downey Jr. when he was a washed up actor, and he's the guy that allowed Chris Pratt to be cast as Star-Lord when he was the chubby dimwit on Parks and Rec. He's the guy that had the plan and executed. Here's the key thing about it. It's not just that he had a plan and executed it and he took some chances. The Marvel Cinematic Universe does not have a single movie that is rotten on Rotten Tomatoes. Every single one of them has a positive score. The lowest ones have like 66%, with Thor the Dark World and The Incredible Hulk being just right above it. But most of the movies are certified fresh, which means they have over 80 reviews counted and it's over 75%. And an unusually high percentage of them have over an 85%. This is one of the most consistent studios out there putting out movies that people love and that critics like as well. He's the guy behind that. He's the one that had that plan. He's the one that built the story up. He's the one that saw the Russo Brothers directing episodes of Community and Arrested Development and thought those guys would be great at directing a big superhero blockbuster. This guy is the secret sauce. He's the guy that brought it all together, and he has such an amazing track record up to this point in time that just my policy is I trust him until he's broken that trust. And he has thoroughly earned my trust to make me believe that he's going to deliver on Avengers Infinity War. Anyway, those are my 5 reasons that I think this movie is just going to be absolutely fantastic. How about you? Tell me down below in the comment section, what are you most excited about? What are the things that make you think this movie is going to be absolutely great? Let me know down below. Also, remember, this video is brought to you by my supporters over on Patreon. If you like my channel and enjoy what I'm doing and want to support me in helping me continue doing this, please consider supporting me over there. The link to that is down below in the description. And if you're new to my channel, please consider clicking that subscribe button. I do movie reviews, TV reviews, ranking videos, but the key thing is I don't want to just talk about movies, I want to talk about movies with you. So please join me in the comment section. Let's have a nice, lively, energetic, encouraging, fun discussion about this movie that we are all so excited for. And as always, thank you for watching.